Welcome to my Midlet Depression series. Today we're reviewing Carbofos versus Dezman. Dezman requested this review since he's struggling with the EQ matchup as Reimu. So first of all, this matchup in general is really hard. I struggle with it a lot, but it's not like Reimu can't do anything. And right here, can you see Iku throw this 2-1-4, I believe? Just jump. Right, it's a bullet, so don't try to anti-air her. Jump. I'm not necessarily saying you should punch, but you should jump and chase after her. Just get in position. Because Iku could cancel it way earlier, right? At this point, she can move again. Early. But she held it. But she held the move to change direction. So that made her more immobile. But that doesn't matter. The moment you see J2C and then another bullet, okay, now you know. Just chase after Iku now. Get down, jump up. So the mistake was basically just pressing 2C there and waiting. I think you could have even cancelled the 2C. Oh no, never mind, it's too slow. Oh, that was a good anti-air by him. That's pretty good. Here you do not need to respect. He air tags like this, and you can keep chasing him. You can even just instead of chasing, you can just 6A here, him here. Okay, you had to block there because of 2C. Otherwise, you could have also 6-8 that. One thing about the Oki. Iku's wake up is super slow. You have so much time. So you just need to relax. So don't do this. Like, you jump and then you dash, fly, and then you don't even reach her. And she still can't move. Here is where she can move again, I believe. Oh, it's really late. Look, I'll press buttons. See how late that is? But my point is, you could throw out this. Wait where she tags and then just jump after her. Right, so just jump. See where she tags. Just taking the corner. If she takes it back, then you just fly back and then hit her. Right, just relax. That's one of the biggest mistakes people make against Iku. Even if she normal tags. Okay? Normal tag. Right? Normal tag, jump. It's so slow. Hold on. Man, I can't get the 2-1-4 out. Can't just wait, honestly. You don't even need to use the barrier. The barrier most of the time doesn't do anything against Eco because of her tech distance. It's really hard to push her into the barrier. So I suggest you just chill. You just walk up, chill, see what she does. If she wakes up normally, you tag her, obviously, and if she tags left or right, you just chase after her. You just run after her. Her wake up is super slow. I think you could have hit her from behind here. Tricky, but you just had to hold it a bit longer. Oh, never mind. No, not worth it. Now he's just trolling and he loses to it. I guess you assumed he would high jump, right? Because you threw out 2 bullets that don't reach him. But the J5A was late. But yeah, it's unpredictable. When he's doing this, trolling all of a sudden, can't blame you too much for this. Even though obviously you could have just adjusted the flag properly. Oops. Did you hit him with J2A here? Kinda cool, but I'm not sure about the purpose of this. Like, why go for J2A instead of J5A, right? J5A is slower, first of all. And in this position, the extended hurt box of J5A wouldn't matter. Right, you're already using a much slower move. And the reward is much lower too, right? If you start with J5A, you get a full combo. Here, okay, look at this. EQ flies up really close to J2AU. She has to go this close to link it into another melee attack. I think a grounded melee would reach. Oh. Yeah, pop right there. Oh. Yeah, but my point is she wants to be close so she can follow it up. If she hits you at the tip of her J2A, then there's so much space that you can just escape, right? Back to neutral. She doesn't get anything. That's why Iku tries to go really close to before she J2As you. Like here, what he did. But knowing this, Reimu can always just 6A Iku. It moves her forward, so Iku's more likely to whiff. If I just stood still, it would whiff, right? But if I walk backwards a bit, see my micro walk, and then 6A, it still whiffs. So you should abuse the fact that most eco players want this spacing for the J2A. Any further and they don't really get a block string. They don't really get a follow-up. And yeah. Don't board escape like this. Here you board escape, misinput probably. Like you probably wanted to board escape up, right? Not sure why you would board escape backwards, but it's fine. You kind of get out, right? Now you buy yourself some space. But here you jump up and then you fly forwards. That's bad. First of all, you should be flying up, right? You should be flying up. And then get out. Why? Because you're in a bad situation right now, right? So you want to get out of here. You don't want to go in or... So if you don't fly up, you'll be in perfect range for Eco to attack you. But okay, you get hit. Whatever happens. But now you air tag after wasting one air dash already, I think. Do you have an air dash left? Oh yeah, you still do. But you play like you don't have it anymore. So first of all, this board escape is pointless because there's nothing tight into it. Eco hitting you this high up means that there's no follow-up. I don't think she can. Yeah, I don't think it's tight. No, it's not tight. It doesn't even reach. So here you shouldn't have board escape. You should have just used your last flight to go back in. Or to get escape, right? Or to escape. Go back in now or escape. But now you just crushed another free orb for him. Right? 2 orbs. Very easy to get checkmated now. Snowball to death. And that's why he also went for this. Like, what are you going to do if you only have 3 orbs left, right? Here, after this, now you have 3 orbs again. Not recovered yet, but yeah. He would just try to use the spell card. Nice 6 to 3 though, but yeah, it's always a trade. What you can go for here is you grace that and then use J6A, because after this she will most likely high jump, right? So you can fly this way and then J6A, or you fly down. But that's slow, risky. This covers more space, and even if that whiffs, a bit hard to punish. Nice 3A. In this situation, I think you also don't need to respect equal dose so much. Oh, no, mind, he goes for the max range. If you had Civ on, you could see. Right, it was difficult for me to tell. But if you cheated, then you could see this. So, do you want to be a cheater? Yeah, this J2A is fine because you do it out of a forward flight. That's completely different from flying down and then J2A. Okay. This would have been more damage though. Keep this in mind. After you land this, and you notice you have busters, because here you use busters here, and you already have it level 1. Let's see your combo. Okay, 1.8. Here, I'll limit it for you. Almost 2k, right? 3A and 66C are same match. But 2K. What if you had just jumped 200 more damage? Could have been more. Right? Yeah, about this. Fine. 2.2. There's probably a better route for that too. This is a nice string from him. Pretty classic string, honestly. But you shouldn't be flying out here. I guess you don't know what the thorns do, or you were hoping that they don't eat spirit that quickly. But look at your spirit. You have nothing, right? Just take the crush. But you actually end up taking less damage by doing this. But that's super lucky. Basically, he messed up. But I don't know why he delayed it. He had no orb. Right? Oh, you can't limit that. I thought you were dead here. Okay, it's fine. take the crush next time. It's more reliable. Even if the HP was different, you take the most reliable way of reducing your damage. Okay, that's how you win consistently instead of gambling or hoping your opponent messes up. Oh, here. EQ so high, just go for J8A. It's the fastest move. It's the fastest move. Always go for J8A when you're trying to catch people. This also goes when you play like Yuyuko or Komachi, ceiling huggers basically. When you jump, just jump straight up. Don't go for J5A. It's less reliable. Okay. If this would hit, you might be able to get more damage, right? But go for the reliable choice here. It's a catch. Reliable catch in neutral. Okay. Don't jump here. Iku can always insta jump and J6A, which would be even harder to punish. Because if he whipped the J2A, you would be able to punish him. But this is still the danger zone. This spacing, still the danger zone. Just chill out or dash forward, which is the unexpected option. But I would suggest just chill, walk backwards, or chicken block, right? Chicken block, or just keep walking backward. Or walking forward is not really an option. That's just some mind reading shit. So chicken block is fine. Or you just take it, or you just play it safe. But don't high jump. Okay, high jump is pretty much the worst option here. The only option that gets you punished. You had so many opportunities to beat board escape here. Gotta pay more attention. Okay, I don't blame you for this. Hard to react. Right. Boom, you block all of those. Damn, that's over 2. But then you right block this and you could board escape. Then you, well, this is scary to board escape. I wouldn't. But here, another board escape. But you just block everything. I also noticed that Cowboy likes to start his Oki with 2A. The reason for that is probably that you 6-3 him on wake up a lot, I guess. Or he learned it from playing others. But this is her most reliable way to get Oki against Reimu. 4A is always a risk. So he doesn't even try that. Almost every time he gets an Oki on you, he's doing 2A. So you should be blocking low on wake up all the time. If you notice him doing the 4A on wake up, then you can start doing 6-3. Okay? Because that goes under equals 4A, right? Whoop. Here. That would happen. So always block low against Iku until she starts mixing it up. Once she starts mixing it up with 4A, that means you have a chance to counterattack on wake up. You suddenly unlock a DP. But if you always wrong block it, like this, in the previous match you also wrong blocked it all the time, then he will never go for 4A. Then you will never get that DP. As for combos, let me see. Don't use yokai buses at the end. You should be using yokai buses now. Don't 5C into yokai buses. I think that's less damage. 2.25. Okay. What if you just level it up? Come on. .4. And let's see what would happen if you just go for dial A. Oops. Oh, my bad. It's a really easy combo. 2.5. You will get the most damage with dial A starter. Oh. Oh man. Okay, you gotta practice this combo though. It's super standard. The best combo. The most reliable combo of dial A. But this was the worst combo. And when you get a hit like this, right? So many hits. So you were already reacting. 5B, 5C, then just throw busters out. This is crazy though. I didn't know that Iku could do this. Pretty good range, right? But you get hit. Ooh. Maybe you were too slow? I don't think so. Oh. No. If you were too slow, it would work out. If you're too fast, then you would get hit. So in other words, don't go for the string, or rarely go for it. He knows how to counter it apparently. No need to respect Iku when she's above you at this close range. Be confident. Just 6A her. Okay, just walk forward. Even if Iku corrected flight here. Oh, maybe not that one. If Iku corrected flight, then it would hit. But why would she correct flight? Right, it would just, as I've mentioned earlier, put her further away from you. And if you walk backwards, it wouldn't even reach, right? So go for these 6As more. The Reimu custom AI goes for this all the time, by the way. Here again. Iku's above you. Same situation again. Ooh. And 6A her. Too much movement here. Okay, this 5C is fine, but then you jump forward and then you fly down. That's not nonsense movement. It just puts you in a very bad spot. Like you should know, like you should feel that what you did here is super bad. It serves no purpose. It doesn't even have to be against Iku, against anyone. So what I suggest is after this, jump up, right, to get the max height, and then you can fly up again, and then out. The reason you fly up is people can react to your high jump here, right? Then they have to go through this. Ooh, Iku could reach it. But you could block it. So first, jump. Would you block a little bit in case he goes for the J6A? And if he doesn't, you instantly fly up and get away. Because if Iku doesn't go for the... If Iku goes for J2A, for example, here, and she could be high jumping right away to catch you. Okay, kind of hard to demonstrate this when I have to play both, but you get my point. Again? Way on, wake up. Just you need to low block. You need to right block these. So he starts doing 4A. Here you don't need to re-jump. You can watch Iku. You can land, then watch Iku what she does. And you can even walk forward. Like dash forward. Really hard for Iku to face this properly. But this re-jump is also fine. It's also fine. I'm just saying forward dash. Like here, land. What would happen if he didn't start flying, right? You land and he might get crossed up here if he was holding backwards. Here you can see my input. I'm holding back. It's a cross up. Well, a cross under. And if he flies, you could chase after him. If he uses flight, I mean. Flight is not a verb. Up until here is fine. This is a mistake, obviously. Dash up and then yokai bosses. Don't do this. Probably misinput, I assume. Or brain fart. Never a good option against anyone. But when you get this hit in here, you can jump, observe again. You can even dash forward, right? Dash forward. Just move. Just don't be too scared. Because the way Isama or Kabuto's plays is he doesn't really use bullets in neutral. It's just flying at you. He throws these snipes, but the 6C snipes, they don't set up neutral. They're just sniping you, but they are too fast to set up oppressive neutral. For oppressive neutral, he would need to press like B bullets, right? Because they're slow. And then now he has space to go in on you, right? That would be oppressive. But 6C is just a snipe. Once he presses it, you either block it or graze through it, or he misses. There's no melee follow-up usually. And here, you should have an eye for this. When Iku's above you like this situation happened 3 times so far, right? At least 3 times, I think. You see this? You just... Wait, stop dashing. You can just 6A. Oh my god, okay. Yeah, I'm even holding backwards and a little bit. But you don't need to hold backwards, of course. You see the situation, you go for 6A. You do this until the eco player adapts. Once they adapt, the pressure gets worse. The pressure gets worse when they adapt to you constantly anti-airing them with 6A. Okay, this is important. Because how do they adapt? By spacing out the J to A. So it no longer blind spots. So it no longer gets into the blind spot of, I mean, the 6A doesn't get into the blind spot anymore, right? And when they space it out like that, the spacing is too far between you and him, which makes the pressure just worse in general. Oh, check this out. He could have messed you up here. He holds it. Right, and then he starts flying. Then he could have just pressed. But yeah. Goodbye HP. Then obviously you back tech into the corner. If you tech out, then it's just GG, you just lose instantly. Okay, let's see. Let me guess. 2A on wake up and you wrong block it again. You always wrong block it. So he never needs to go for 4A. There's no mind games here. You're just giving him 1 free orb on wake up every time. And that obviously has nothing to do with the Iku matchup. It's not a matchup issue at all. Fly up, that's fine. I like that. And you snipe him. But then you just AFK. And land on the ground. The hell? Use your fly. You don't need to combo, but you need to fly somewhere, like fast to the ground maybe. If you weren't thinking about comboing this. And at least fly down faster, so you don't float in the air for so long. And here, 6A. Wow. Which is not possible because if you float, you land too late. And then you can't position yourself anymore for the 6A. But if you land earlier, just chill out, right? You can wait. That combo. But instead, you don't use a flight. And this is a very common mistake that I also do out of habit. 6B anti-air against Iku. At this range, you don't win. You only win if Iku's closer, but this is basically almost max range J2A. You never win this. She trades, sure, gets one hit, but she can instantly air attack here and combo you. So don't fall for this trap. Don't 6B. It's not a good anti-air against Iku. Other characters would need to brace through this before they could attack you, but not Iku. She can just ignore it and press J2A anyway. Take the hit, take the trade, and then boom, HP gone. Oh my god, it's 2A again. Never learn. Here you can 6A. You can autopilot 6A when Iku's above you like this. Against other characters we would 3A usually, right? My habit at least is 3A when someone is doing this stuff. But against Iku with her J2A, this is fine to spam. Spam 6A anti-air more against Iku than other matchups. Nice delay, I like this. Also a common strategy that I use. J5A, delay, chill a little bit, and then J6A. Because most people are too impatient and they fall for this. They get hit by the J6A. You could have comboed this though. Like there's very long untake on J6A. So you could have just spammed T, right? Until it comes out, and then you finish the combo. Here. There's so much time. This J2A is also J5A is also super lucky. Well, maybe not lucky, but don't do this. Normal jump, J5A, very scary. The reason why it's scary is if you whiff, you're in the air forever. You're in the air forever, it takes forever for you to land. And it often doesn't cover. Right? So the only reason that hit is because of J2 is because Iku presses J2A. But if you want that to not happen, you have to high jump at least. High jump for more distance. Not the normal jump, but a high jump. Then it's fine. Because high jump also lets you land faster, I think. Okay, that's probably wrong, but it's different. You're not as floaty. Oh my god. You never right block this ever in your life. When you see this flash, spell flash, stop pressing buttons. Okay, you have to stop blocking right now. You don't press J5A. Okay, you don't press J5A. Maybe if you were Cherno, then it might work. No, not Cherno. Who has the fastest J5A? I forgot. But I think even Aya would get hit out of her J5A if she pressed J5A here. So don't do that. Don't fly anywhere. Just hold block. Because Iku will always jump and hit you with something. You don't have to be so respectful. Here you fly, but you can still press bullets. Just because veils are active, he still has to graze, right? It makes no difference. So if he had veils, or if he didn't have veils, you still press bullets. It's the same. So you could have like sniped him faster on the way down here, because it basically lets you land cancel, right? Boom, on the way down. Now you're on the ground. When Iku falls down like this, descending J5 to J2A, then you can't press buttons. She can't chase you with J5A and J2A. And you try to fly away here, but it's not a gap. Now River misses on clock, you're pretty much doomed. If he drew a card, but he didn't. But you also can't use spells. Okay, that's fine. You survived this. I like this, by the way. I really like this one card that you used here. He is forced to... Well, he kind of messed up the flight, I think. Maybe he could have blown up. No, no, man. No spirit. He had to block these. And then stop flying. But his spirit was so low that this air tagging is kind of troll here. But you should have gone in at this point. But you backdash. You could have won here. Okay. Yeah. There's super long untick on this. You can relax. Even your backdash is fine. Here. Backdash. Then you can still jump, right? Super long untick on the one card. And now he starts trolling again with this. And loses for it. Very ambitious. Hey, this yokai busters? Fine. But then you just press J5A, that's kind of troll. You still have 2 air dashes. Gotta use them. You gotta be flexible. Move, move. Oh my god, you did it! First time ever you blocked this right. But then you mashed coin B. Very bad. Again, interesting. Interesting J2A. Now, but it's fine because it's still from a forward flight. But this is so close, I wouldn't go for it. It's still too slow. And you're in the middle of a scramble right here. So this was very cocky, I guess. Not the most reliable option. But J5A would have been faster. Yo. Or you just fly straight at him. and go for yeah. You play down like this, and then you go for J2A. This is pretty reliable. In case your opponent tries to outmaneuver you, like with a perfect flight, this also hits the opponent very often. Out of that, but it's fine here. You had different options, but this is fine. Not a mistake, in my opinion. Here again. Spell flash, just chill. Relax, just walk backwards. You gotta accept it. This spell is broken. Okay? It instantly gives Eco her turn. So you gotta chill out, respect it. I think you're even trying to J5A here. Oh no, you just tried to fly away. I like this, Yokai Busters. It's basically what I mentioned earlier, right? During the previous Veil. You just throw this out when you land on the ground, and then you can stop blocking. If he graces through it all. If he doesn't, then he probably got hit. That's nice. Can't blame me for this. You were very low on orbs. One orb, really hard to block. And it even saved you. The forward BE? Was it a forward BE? Actually, pretty smart. No, it was a back BE. Or a jump. I'm not sure. You don't get juggled at least. If you go for these YOLO J5-8s, you should buffer Yokai Busters every time. Yeah, always buffer Yokai Busters. You have nothing else to buffer. And if this doesn't work out, then it's GG anyway. Yokai Busters will not come out if you will. He's trolling again by spamming 66B. Do you survive this? Oh, nope. Yeah, that's pretty much everything I have to say about this. Yeah, I can't think of anything else to say right now. That's it. Thanks for watching.